Hey guys, Doug here, how's it going? Welcome to a very special candle review, actually two candle reviews that I've got here and some wax melts. I'm going to talk about the Colonial Candle Cobweb Collection. And before I do, I'm doing this kind of as a joint thing with some friends of mine. Check out Shane the Candle Enthusiast, Anthony Candle Cafe, and Brett Philly Candle Man. We all decided we would put up our reviews of these, these candles together. We're all big Halloween fans, and of course I'm a Halloween nut, and this is a lot of fun, so make sure you check them out. And if you're coming from their channel to mine, hi, my name is Doug. I talk about fall Halloween candles predominantly here on Wednesdays, and then kind of the meat of my channel is my Spooky Village reviews, my Halloween, Department 56 Max building reviews that I do on Fridays. And I'm doing those, both of these through Halloween, and then I'll be swapping over to some more seasonal stuff. But for the most part, I focus on fall and Halloween on this channel, so welcome aboard. All right, guys, getting right into it. These are the two candles from the Cobweb Collection from Colonial. I also have wax melts from them as well, which I'll talk about here at the end, but I mainly want to focus on these candles. And one of these is really good, one of these is fantastic, and a new favorite Halloween candle of mine. So let's get right into it. So this here is Jackolantern, and I love the packaging on both of these. I love the theming. Let's talk about Halloween candles for a minute. I know that some companies are kind of downsizing their Halloween lines right now, and some of them are even doing away with them, altogether. And it's always nice to see more Halloween stuff come out. I'm a Halloween candle nut. I have a decent collection of them. I try about everything I can. And I have to say, I was really impressed with these. It's not a very big collection, but what's there is very thematically appropriate, and it's going to be fun to talk about here. So again, this is Jackolantern. I love the packaging in this collection. One's orange, one's black. They're frosted glass. You can see here I burned this guy down pretty far, and man, taking the lid off here, it's a big whiff of this. So Jackolantern is what the name implies. This is an awesome pumpkin scent, and what's nice, it has its own spin on it. So the main thing I get out of this is pumpkin guts. Like, you scrape the pumpkin guts out, and there's some spices, like I get some nutmeg, but I don't think the spices are overpowering. This isn't, I wouldn't really call this a pumpkin spice candle. Of course they're there, but to me that's not what's predominant. Especially when burning here, those pumpkin guts, or I think pumpkin puree is what they call, that's like the muscle of this candle. And I think what differentiates it, of course, like I mentioned, there's the nutmeg and the spices, but there's a fruity top on this, a very slightly fruity top. It like sweetens it up, but it doesn't make it overly sweet. It's not like a pie filling or something like that. It's very festive, and it reminds me of a jack-o'-lantern. Now these candles here, 14.5 ounces. As I found here, they burn similar to like a Bath & Body Works candle. They're kind of set up like that, and that's the burn time that you get out of them. And the throw on this one was insanely strong. Like, I would say a good 8.5, 9, something like that for the most part. And I actually did double up with the wax cube, one of them here, and I'll get to that in a second. And it was too much for me. It was too strong with the wax melt. I think the candle does great by itself. I remember when I was burning it the first night, my wife got home and she goes, "What the heck smells good in here?" And that's always like the sign, right? She doesn't always talk about that stuff, especially with the pumpkin stuff, because I'm always burning fall early. I'm being so much of a nut. She's more seasonal, and she adored what this smelled like. So yeah, again, if you are kind of tired of the regular pumpkin scents, and I love the pumpkin spice and all that stuff, of course, but this to me is a little more authentic, a pumpkin. And you do get some of the other things that make it, a normal seasonal treat, but I really dig the pumpkin guts in this. It's it's a really nice scent. I think it's very aptly named. And again, man, I love the packaging. When this is lit up, this orange frosted glass on it, it really lights up, and you can see through the pumpkin, the black pumpkins here, and it again, it looks the part. So the burn on this, pretty clean. You can see here there was a little black near the end of it here, but I really can't complain. Burned very well, and you can see here I got a little bit of wick drift, one of them at the end, but for the most part, wick placement on this was pretty good. And it wasn't really right until the end here that it got a little bit goofy. But and by the way, these are 15 bucks. The wax melts are $4. So yeah, guys, this is Jackolantern. I love this. And by the way, the top on here, the Cobweb Collection, I love the spider webs on it. It's perfect for me. And look at with the lid on here, the black and orange, very festive. So all right, guys, let's talk about the next candle. This is Graveyard Fog, and this is the star of the show for me. This is like an instant, one of my favorite Halloween candles. And the main part of this, of course, you see in here, burned it down quite a bit. It's over halfway, especially I've had these pooled really deep. And man, this is black licorice, and this is how you do a black licorice scent. You know, I like Yankees Happy Halloween, but there are major throw issues with that, strength, you know, intensity, whatever you want to call it, to where it doesn't always, you know, well, it doesn't scent the house really. This one was strong. It's not as strong as the pumpkin. I would give this a solid, I don't know, maybe 7, 7.5. And with the melt, that really knocks it up a notch, you know, if you combine these with the melts. But this sent in my open concept living room, in the whole house, no problem whatsoever. I've actually been burning this in my workshop a bunch too, as I'm doing my Halloween Village reviews. That really, you know, sets the mood. This is a beautiful black licorice scent, and of course that's the main thing you get. But what's really nice here, there's a subtle vanilla on it, and almost like a top of a citrus, like you know, just a hair of citrus and a hair of vanilla that's sweetened up the black licorice. And to me, this is a very authentic black licorice scent. I know that some get root beerish, which makes sense because they're part of the same family. But this never really, you know, ventured into root beer territory for me. It smelled like I just opened up a bag of black Twizzlers, or you know, my dad chews blackjack gum, which is crazy. And that's kind of where I get my love of black licorice from. He's a huge black licorice fan. It's always been his favorite candy. It's one of my favorite candies as well, and I love the scent. Of course, I do love root beer as well, and as you know, I mentioned, they're similar to each other in family. Again, this is like opening black Twizzlers with just a little bit extra on it. It is super authentic, great throw, which is nice to have one of these. And right now, I don't know of another black licorice candle that's actually on the market. At least it's easily to buy. Yankees Happy Halloween has been retired, and as I mentioned, you know, there's been some issues with that, especially kind of the last versions of it. And then, you know, McCall's had one as well, their Trick or Treat, which they still have the name, but it is not black licorice. They changed it to something that's more, you know, in my opinion, generic. This is amazing. And look at the packaging on this, by the way. Sorry for the light back here that's on. I got a light behind here. It's kind of showing through the glare here, but Graveyard Fog. What a killer name. I love this. And of course, you got the lid here with it, you know, so it's all black. And just, man, it's again, so festive. This collection, even though it's 2, I love what they're doing here. And real fast here, you can see the burn on these. Hopefully you can. Really nice burner. Again, these are similar Bath & Body Works, you know, to how long you're going to get for the 3 wicks on them. But this one burned a little bit better than the pumpkin. At least I had no wick drift or anything like that at all. Again, not quite as strong, but a black licorice scent is a little bit lighter, I think, in nature and what it is versus the those strong pumpkin guts and some of the spices in the other ones. So, but again, no throw issues here or anything. Strong scent. Yeah, guys, I don't know what else to say on this. It's one of my favorite scents. Black licorice just puts me in the mood for Halloween, and I love the candy. I think the Jack-o'-lantern candle is a really good candle, but there are a lot of pumpkin scents on the market, so you know that's kind of a crowded market. It is unique though and very nice, but this has kind of the category all to itself, and it's just such an amazing addition to this collection. I hope that they keep this out, and hopefully this collection sells well. You know, I hope you guys would know I'm not a shill. I guess I should say that. I wouldn't talk about these if I didn't like them, or I wouldn't talk about them like this if I didn't really like them. I do not care about free candles. I just want to talk about them. So I appreciate Colonial reaching out. And that's what I've told anyone that I've dealt with, you know, who's wanted to send stuff, say, hey, I got no problem, just, you know, as long as you don't mind me giving an honest review. They were really excited, though, to send these out. They know what they've got here in talking to them. And I hope that works in sales. So you guys, if you think both of these sound good, go buy them. Support a company that wants to support Halloween candles, because these are rocking. And if you want black licorice scents, this is the one. This is amazing. All right, guys, and to kind of end here, these are the wax melts also. You can see here. On the back, these cubes, very potent, both of these are also kind of the wax cubes that when you touch them, they're slippery to the fingers, and your fingers are going to smell like the scent. Again, the pumpkin one was stronger. The pumpkin one was ludicrously strong, actually. I couldn't even do it for very long because it was so strong, especially when I had it combined with the candle. It was just like pumpkin overload. This guy's a little bit weaker, but it was still fairly strong. A good melt scent. And you could, if you wanted to scent a gigantic area, you know, black licorice, you could put this with your candle, I think, and it would go okay, because the intensity of both is down a little bit, whereas the pumpkin, you combine them. That's you better watch out. You really better like your pumpkin stuff, because it'll blow you out. I guess we should talk about blending here. So I actually, for the most part, I would burn one of these upstairs and one downstairs, right? And down my steps, like where the scents would intermingle, is amazing. The pumpkin mixes very well with the black licorice to like paint the whole Halloween picture, and I really dug that. So in my opinion, I would actually take probably the pumpkin candle. And if you're, you know, because black licorice, not everyone digs that. I understand that. That's kind of why it's a specialty thing. But try one of these melt packs with the pumpkin candle. Put those together, and I think you'll get a really nice, you know, Halloween vibe night. And both of these are inviting fragrances, I should say. They're not the crazy Halloween stuff, you know. And I do like some of the crazy, jacked up, you know, really spooky scents. These aren't that. But this is like classic Halloween to me, you know, traditional Halloween. And I really dig what they're going for here. So, yeah, guys, that is the Cobweb Collection. Thank you guys for watching. And again, make sure you check out, if you haven't already, Philly Candleman, Candle Cafe, and Candle Enthusiast. I'll put links in the profile or in the video here to check their videos out as well, because we're all doing it at the same time. We wanted to be fun, be festive. And I should say that these candles, this whole collection releases on Friday, August 16th. So they're not going to be available before then. You can order from Colonial, or you can pick them up at your local dealer. This was my first experience with them. But, you know, I'm a big fan of these. I hope these come back every year. I'll happily purchase these, especially Graveyard Fog. Man, that is a rockin' black licorice scent. So, all right, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.